Okay, greetings and salutations everyone. I am, as always, darthdevious, bringing you another video review, this time the Asia exclusive GDO Springer figure. Now this and Wheelie, which was the video that preceded this, were both birthday gifts from my wife, and I thought that was nice. So thank you for that, my dear. It means a lot. Here's the back of his box if you want to see it. Shows both modes. If you want to read his bio, there you go, you can read it. If you want to read it in Japanese or Chinese or whatever that is, have at it. So here's Springer in his helicopter mode, and it's a repaint, slight remold of the Tomahawk mold from Dark of the Moon. And it's not a bad looking helicopter. It's, very military looking, very cool looking. It's got some missiles here molded in. Has missile launchers which come off and have C-clips, which we all thought were dead, but they're not. There's still some C-clip weapons. It's a nice little Autobot symbol there. It's on both sides. Nice silver paint here in the tail. Some greens and yellows and grays, so it really does have that Springer color feel to it that the G1 had, so that's not too bad. It's got some molded in landing gear. They don't roll or anything because they're solid pieces, but still, he does have slight VHS, visible head syndrome, but what can you do? He comes with this lovely sword. I mean, this sword is nice, nicely painted silver on the blade. Nice green handle to match him. Unfortunately, if you don't take the missile launchers off, there's nowhere to peg this in plane mode, in helicopter mode. I've looked. There really isn't anywhere to peg it, so it's just got to sit off to the side. And this rotor spins fairly nicely. What can I say? He's a nice looking helicopter, so I'm going to get him transformed, and we'll look at his robot mode. Be right back. Okay, here's Springer in his robot mode. And it's a pretty cool robot mode. I mean, the legs do scream movieverse still, but the upper chest and arms, they're nice and chunky, just like, a classics robot should be. And yeah, this works for him. I really do like it. I like how his head, the cockpit opens up and his head pops out from there. That's a nice little bit of transformation. The legs unfold nicely. I've got him kind of straight here because his knees are right there, and I don't want to give him the chicken leg look. I want to try to avoid that so he fits in nicely with the classics line. He's got nice feet and heel spurs, so that kind of works the way they unfold. You see he holds his sword nicely. This here can become a weapon, the tail. You can have it open as a pincher weapon or as a slicing blade, like he needs any more blades, but it works. Works quite nicely. You see here the missile launchers are up on his shoulders. They can unpeg, and you have clips here and here that they can go onto. He can also hold them in his hands if need be, or they can be clipped right here as well. I don't think I need to show you how a clip system weapon works. I like keeping them on his shoulders. Keeps them out of the way, but they're still deployable. So, if you look at his head, it's a new head. That really does look like Springer, which is pretty good. Does have some light piping. I know it's not shown through too well. Maybe a little bit shown through. Let's see. Yeah, you're getting a little bit of a glow there. So that's not bad. It's got nice blue light piping. So he's got, pretty good articulation. I mean, this bit moves, so you got to kind of hold it, but he's got full rotation there. He's got a swivel in his bicep. decent elbow. It's not perfect, but it's decent. Nothing at the wrist, nothing at the waist. He does have swivel there in his thigh. He's got ball joints on his hips. Knee's okay. He does have an extra joint here if you want it, but I tend to not use it. And then you can move his feet in different ways to get different poses out of him. The heels and the front of the foot are separated, so that helps a little bit. So yeah, not too bad. It's another good one from the GDO line, whatever GDO stands for, I don't even care. But these were found at Toys R Us here, because they're exclusives here in the US to Toys R Us. Just keep looking for them, guys. I'm sure you'll find them. If you can get them. Out of the 4 that are out, these are pretty much, Wheelie and Springer were the only 2 I really wanted from the Deluxe class figures. I'm not too keen on Swerve. I think the mold, just to me, is better as Cup and being left alone as Cup. And as far as Cliff Jumper goes, I already have the first edition Cliff Jumper. I really don't need that mold again with just a G1 Cliff Jumper head. Just not for me. But Springer here. This is the first time I've actually had this mold, because I didn't collect Dark of the Moon toys, really. I was not a fan of them. I think Cyberfire, Bumblebee, and there may be 1 or 2 others that I have, and that's about it. I just wasn't a fan of them. This works nicely as a remold into Springer. I can get behind this. I love this dark, shiny green that his legs are molded in, because it's in contrast to his upper arms and head, and it works. It just looks nice. So, let's see his back here. Not a lot of kibble on this guy. It functions very nicely for what it has to do. So I recommend him. Go out and find Springer if you can. Alright, you want a size comparison? Here he is with Reveal the Shield Jazz. You see he's not too much smaller than Jazz. It's about the same height. And it's just because the Dark of the Moon toys that this was made out of, they all shrunk down a little bit. But still, he fits in nicely here. So that's it. Just thought I'd show this one off. Hope you guys enjoy it. Try and, you know, find one if you can, because he's pretty cool. So, as always, all of you guys out there, there are a lot of you, be good. I'll send my attack helicopter after you. And when Ultra Magnus can't deal with things, he can.